The biggest story on the first day of the 2022 free agent period had nothing to do with a free agent. In fact, it was Kevin Durant's trade request out of Brooklyn, despite entering the first season of a four-year extension he signed about a year ago. Welcome in, everybody. It's Free Agent Fever here on NBA TV. Great to have you with us. That's Ryan McDonough, longtime NBA general manager. I'm Matt Weiner. Stunning news out of Brooklyn earlier on Thursday with reports that Kevin Durant had requested a trade out of Brooklyn just hours, really, after Kyrie Irving had opted into his contract and seemingly settled things there. In terms of the rest of the league, how many ripples has this sent out? How many teams' business was affected on Thursday?
I think most of them, Matt. It's been a very volatile last few days in Brooklyn. We were all tracking the Kyrie Irving situation. Would he opt in or out? He got permission from the Nets earlier this week to explore the sign and trade market on a longer-term deal. He and his representatives didn't like what they heard as far as sign and trade, so he opted into that $36 million contract for 1 year. So that seemed to calm things down in Brooklyn externally, looking at it league-wide. But now today, just a few hours before free agency was scheduled to start at 6 o'clock Eastern, Kevin Durant makes this trade request, and this will be fascinating. Rarely in NBA history if we had a player this good under contract for this long. KD just signed that four-year extension that's just starting tomorrow. Ask for a trade and be this in demand on the trade market. But because he signed the extension and has 4 years left on his deal, Brooklyn is under no obligation to trade him. So it's a fascinating dance here with Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets that has really overshadowed the first few hours of free agency.
Well, before we get to the trade option, should the Nets choose to go that route, let's talk about what their options are in terms of keeping Durant. Obviously, they can do nothing if they want to. Durant may not be happy with that, and that could make for an uncomfortable season. How would you approach it?
Well, it's easier to say, I think, externally because we don't know the dynamics and what's going on. My gut would tell me to try to put your arm around Kevin Durant and re-recruit him, even if that takes all offseason into the fall. This is a team now with Ben Simmons hopefully coming back from his issues, with Kyrie Irving opting in, Kevin Durant under contract. They made some moves. They made a trade with the Utah Jazz to bring in Royce O'Neal. Looks like they're going to re-sign Patty Mills. They re-sign Nick Claxton. So this team is loading up. They look like a championship contender, at least on paper. And also keep in mind another factor here, Matt, is the picks and pick swaps they owe to the Houston Rockets over the next 5 years. So I think the Nets should slow play this in a way, try to have the things simmer down a little bit, and that'll be the challenge for Brooklyn and the other teams who are trying to get in the Kevin Durant mix. Can they afford to wait on Brooklyn and to see if the KD gets traded while the rest of the free agent market moves?
Well, that is one of the fascinating elements of all this, is that on paper, this roster looks like it could contend for a championship if Kyrie Irving is available most of the season, if Ben Simmons is available, and Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant. If they choose to grant his trade request, if they deem things so uncomfortable, so unresolvable that they have to make a move, it's been reported that the Phoenix Suns are atop his list of potential destinations, the Miami Heat an option as well. What does a trade look like with either of those teams?
I think it would be an unprecedented haul in terms of players and draft picks, pick swaps, because Kevin Durant is arguably the best player in the league. He's certainly in the top 3 to 5 in the NBA. He's still in his prime. We saw what he did in the playoffs a year ago without James Harden and Kyrie Irving, basically carrying that Brooklyn Nets team, almost beating the eventual champion Milwaukee Bucks. So this guy's a superstar. He's under contract for 4 years. And so it'd be very interesting to see, what are the Phoenix Suns willing to give up? What are the Miami Heat willing to give up? We've heard those are his two preferred destinations. And there's some complicated rules about rookie player extensions that would keep guys like Devin Booker and Bam Adebayo out of the deal if Ben Simmons is still on the Nets roster. So it gets a little bit complex. But more than anything, the question becomes, is Brooklyn going to trade Kevin Durant? And if so, what is their threshold? I think the threshold has to be extremely high, not only because of the player, but also factoring in his contract and factoring in that they don't control their draft for the next 5 years. So for the franchise, the Nets have to get this right.
And until they're definitively told no, you've got to figure every team in the league is placing a call to Brooklyn to see what's possible. Hey, what can we do to get Kevin Durant? If it's Phoenix, the assumption is that DeAndre Ayton would be part of that deal and come back to the Nets. But as a restricted free agent, that gets complicated. Why?
Because he's a base year compensation player in a sign and trade. And so basically, to simplify it, the outgoing salary that Ayton would make and the incoming salary in terms of Phoenix receiving back money are not even. There's a significant gap there. So a lot of times with a sign and trade involving a base year compensation player, you have to involve additional teams, a third team or even a fourth team. Obviously with a deal of this magnitude, it could get complicated. But I imagine those conversations are going to happen or have happened between the front offices in Brooklyn and Phoenix, maybe Miami and a few other places. And I think what Brooklyn will do with KD is if there's not a direct deal with one team that they like and deem good enough, they will then tell the team, well, if you go get this piece or these pieces in addition to what you have, we will do it, and then put the onus on the other teams to try to track down the pieces they want to satisfy what they would deem an acceptable return for Kevin Durant.
Finally, if a trade happens, is it your sense, maybe your guess, that Brooklyn would want to compete this season with the haul they get back, or go young, break things down, and maybe move Kyrie Irving as well?
I think they have to try to compete, Matt. I don't think going young with draft picks and prospects is an option for them, just because over the next 5 years, the Houston Rockets have 3 unprotected first-round picks coming from Brooklyn. They also have 2 unprotected first-round pick swaps. So when you're in that position, and especially look at the rest of the roster, with or without Kyrie, they still have Ben Simmons, they have Patty Mills, they have Royce O'Neal, they have Seth Curry. They have a good team. This is not among the worst teams in the league, even without those guys. So I think they have to try to get back a win-now package.
Well, meanwhile, on Thursday, there was plenty of other business conducted on the first day that teams could contact free agents. And a number of teams did massive deals with their own free agents, including the Suns, who agreed to a Supermax contract extension with Devin Booker for 4 years and $214 million. Booker coming off his first-team All-NBA season. Meanwhile, in Denver, Nikola Jokic scores the largest contract in NBA history, 5 years and $264 million in a Supermax extension after back-to-back MVP seasons. Bradley Beal is sticking around in Washington after opting out of the final year of his deal. Beal also signed a Supermax deal, his for 5 years and $251 million. Much more coming up here on Free Agent Fever. What does the Durant deal mean potentially to the LA Lakers? Maybe nothing, maybe something, and what else is ahead in LA? One of the worst kept secrets of the summer came to fruition on Thursday with Jalen Brunson and the Knicks agreeing to a 4-year deal worth $104 million. Brunson had spent his entire NBA career in Dallas, mostly as a backup point guard, but shined in the playoffs for the Mavericks. In Chicago, Zach LaVine and the Bulls still have not reached an agreement on a free agent contract to keep him in Chicago. Is it expected that LaVine will receive a max offer sooner rather than later? Charlotte's Miles Bridges is a restricted free agent, but his contract prospects were complicated and likely damaged by an arrest in Los Angeles Wednesday on felony domestic assault charges. Bridges is out of jail on bond and scheduled to appear in court on July the 20th. PJ Tucker will reunite with old teammate James Harden and old boss Daryl Morey in Philadelphia. He's agreed to a 3-year deal worth just more than $33 million. Over his last 2 seasons, he won a title in Milwaukee. Was part of a Heat team that had the best record in the Eastern Conference. In Portland, Anthony Simons got more responsibility last season, especially when Damian Lillard was out. Got more money on Thursday with an agreement to a 4-year, $100 million contract extension with the Blazers. Malik Monk, arguably the most successful signing last summer of the LA Lakers, is now an ex-Laker. He's off to Sacramento on a 2-year contract agreement worth $19 million. The Lakers replaced him effectively with Lonnie Walker, who signs the mid-level $6.5 million on a 1-year deal after being let go by the San Antonio Spurs. They left him as an unrestricted free agent. Damian Jones coming in, as well as Troy Brown Jr. and Juan Toscano Anderson, as the Lakers try to fill out a roster that was short on players. Very top-heavy at the top. You know the deal. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook take an inordinate amount of salary cap space for the Lakers and give them very little flexibility. Laker fans are going to want to know, is Kevin Durant wearing a Laker uniform next season? Is that even possible?
The only way Kevin Durant wears a Lakers uniform, in my opinion, is if Anthony Davis is not wearing a Lakers uniform because he is in the trade to Brooklyn for KD. Other than that, Matt, I've looked up and down the Lakers roster. I've looked at their assets. They just don't have enough in terms of young talent, draft capital. Keep in mind they still owe picks and swaps to New Orleans from the deal that brought in AD in 2019, and they don't have the young talent to intrigue a team like the Brooklyn Nets. So I think Anthony Davis has to be in it, which probably makes this a non-starter. And looking at it the other way from Brooklyn's perspective, I think if you put up all the offers on the board, Lakers wouldn't fall in the top 5, maybe not even in the top 10 in terms of packages they can put together without AD. So I think the Lakers fans have to get used to more of this. Not the most exciting names, Lonnie Walker, Toscano Anderson, Damian Jones, some younger guys, but I do like that Ron Pelinka and his staff have been aggressive. They had a lot of veteran free agents last year that didn't work out as well. They were successful with Malik Monk, but Monk played his way out of that contract. They just couldn't afford to keep him. So I like that they were aggressive. Maybe they'll find another diamond in the rough or two this year in free agency like they did a year ago with Malik Monk.
But short of moving one of their big three and his big salary, do the Lakers have options to really improve a team that wasn't good enough to make the play-in last year?
I don't think so, because I don't think they want to trade LeBron James or Anthony Davis. Russell Westbrook on a $47 million contract that's expiring has negative trade value around the league, meaning they'd have to attach an asset or multiple assets to move that. That would also likely make their team worse. So I don't see how there's a quick fix here, Matt. I don't think they're in the KD sweepstakes, and I think they'll have to try to continue to improve around the margins and maybe try to upgrade in season, especially if guys like Talen Horton-Tucker and Kendrick Nunn play well. They would have more value at the trade deadline than they do today.
Going to have to value or hope for health, for one, and improvement under Darvin Ham in his first season with LA. We've got more coming up here on Free Agent Fever. More reaction from the Kevin Durant news. A stunner out of Brooklyn. When a league MVP, two-time champion, and four-time scoring champ becomes available suddenly and unexpectedly, it tends to make ripples around the NBA, and plenty of news on the first day of free agency. What a fascinating day. How many potential ripples are there in your part of the world in South Florida with this news from Kevin Durant?
The world is blowing up at the moment. It is crazy. I was actually talking to the Heat. They had their first summer league practice just now at San Francisco. And you could hear the players in the background like, oh, my God. As you guys know, this is something that reverberates throughout the league. And the one thing you know about Pat Riley, he gets his hand in everything. They've already been linked in previous years to Kyrie Irving. We know they went out to the Hamptons to try to recruit Kevin Durant. They've been involved there also. Other people might be saying right now the Heat don't have the pieces. The Heat don't buy that. The Heat's thought is if they can pair Jimmy Butler and Kevin Durant in any other combination, when you look at this Eastern Conference, they'll be right there. So I'm sure you guys might have explained right now they can't trade Bam Adebayo to Brooklyn as long as Ben Simmons is there because of the designated rookie 5-year extension. They're both under that. You can't get two players via trade that way. But there's so many ways this could go. Who knows? Maybe Ben Simmons comes with KD. So I would think that, honestly, anything short of Jimmy Butler, I think Pat Riley and Andy Ellisberg have all the permutations out there. They have 3 first-round picks at their disposal. And I don't mean this the wrong way, but Pat Riley is 77, and even when he was 67 and 57, he lived for the moment. So, yeah, I think Pat Riley would put aside draft picks, would have put aside the youth of Tyler Hero, maybe the promise you could save an Omer Yurtseven or Gabe Vincent or Max Strus. I think Pat would push every chip to the middle of the table, just like he keeps throwing those damn championship rings at us.
You had seen some weird things over the past couple of days, guys, when you saw the odds for DeAndre Ayton, his next team, going to the Brooklyn Nets. Like, I'm not a gambling guy, but sometimes someone knows something, right? And then you had started to hear that Kevin Durant was a little disenchanted with the Brooklyn Nets and how they've conducted themselves over the past year, whether it's the Kyrie Irving situation or how they've handled him. And you were starting to hear that he was going to be looking towards his next destination. The fact that he did it on the eve of free agency lets me know that he is very serious about this, because if you're a team that's interested, you're going to hold off on some of those maybe big money signings to see if maybe you can get involved in the Kevin Durant sweepstakes. And right now, the Phoenix Suns are at the top of his list.
Or maybe he just has a sense of humor and likes to see the world scramble when he makes a decision like that. Phoenix has been the team we're hearing. It's being reported that's at the top of his list. What else makes sense to you in terms of a potential destination for Kevin Durant?
Well, if you look at his rationale, if his rationale is strong organization and stability, you can see why Phoenix is there. One, because of his relationship with Monty Williams, and on the floor, even though Chris Paul is aging, he still commands a certain amount of attention and respect on the floor, in addition to that team being a step away from possibly being back in the NBA Finals. When you look at the Miami Heat, organizational stability, Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, it'll be a little tougher to make that deal work as a standalone. But if you're looking for organizational stability, I wonder if that is priority one for him. So that maybe you say Denver, maybe you say Dallas. When you look at some of the stars that they have, everybody's a Kevin Durant away from going to the NBA Finals, everybody except for the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, here's what I thought of. 3 years ago, almost to the day, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant sort of shocked everybody in basketball on that day that they were both going to the Nets, and people started penciling in championships for the Nets, and it just shows you just don't know for sure. We just don't know. I mean, I started thinking there was a movie years back, Charlie Wilson's War, and the one guy in the CIA, no matter what they said, he kept saying, "We'll see." And that's how we should all be with all of these teams, because you don't know. Look, Sean Marks and Kenny Atkinson and the people in that organization, we were talking off air, they did everything right. You know, they developed players. Everything looked good. That's why Irving and Durant wanted to go there. And then everybody thought they were going to be great. And then they knew Durant had an injury for a year. Then they got Harden. And they were never able to get those guys on the floor. So now this year, the trade for Ben Simmons, he never ends up playing. I think Kevin Durant's probably looking at that situation and just saying, hey, I don't know what to expect here. I want to go somewhere where I feel like I've got a more committed group around me and have a better chance to win.
I think this boils down to just his entire tenure there with the Brooklyn Nets. If you look at the Nets infrastructure, over these past couple of years, they had 3 top 15 talent type players on that roster, and somehow, some way, managed to kind of fumble each and every one of them. And if you look at the way the James Harden situation played out, I reached out to Kevin Durant's agent, Rich Kleiman, and, he confirmed, the trade request, but he wouldn't get into any details. And so I had to kind of venture out. And just what I'm hearing is just that, there was just a lack of leadership within that organization, within that franchise. And just the culture wasn't right. And having covered Kevin Durant when I was a beat writer for the Warriors back in the day, this is a guy who really loves just to play basketball. He doesn't like all the drama. He likes there to be a nice, respectable infrastructure in place so he can go out there and do his job. And if you look at the Nets, just how they've handled things time and time after these last couple of years, it was not a respectable infrastructure. And I don't know the Kyrie Irving, I know that they're still friends, they're still tight, but Kevin Durant felt like it was just time to go. He wanted to be in a better situation. And sources informed me that Phoenix is at the top of his preferred trade list, as well as the Miami Heat. But I think we're looking down the road. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about another big man that's a free agent, and we can talk about how that can possibly tie in and connect. If you look at all the prospects out there, for Kevin Durant, Miami Heat, if you look at what Phoenix has just a ton of players that they can throw into a deal to try to make this work. And also, I'm going to relay this. The Suns have known for a while. They've known for about up to a week, sources told me, that Kevin Durant had an eye for them. So this is not something that caught the Suns, and probably not even the Miami Heat, off guard today. This was something that's been brewing for a while over the past week. So they've been doing their diligence, I'm talking about the Suns, and trying to see what ways that they can present a respectable, suitable offer to entice the Brooklyn Nets. And so you look at DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges. I don't Cam Johnson. If you look at the Suns' draft picks, I believe they own their first-round draft picks for the next, I don't know the number, but it's like the next 6 or 8 years. So they have a lucrative package. Now, again, it's up to the Brooklyn Nets if they find out to be sufficient or not. But the Phoenix Suns, they put themselves in a good situation because they're still trying to contend for a title. And we knew the Suns were going to make some changes this summer as far as bringing in some improvements. This will definitely be a blockbuster.
And the Kevin Durant situation will hang over this free agent period until it is resolved. More free agent fever coming up here on the network Friday at noon Eastern time. While the usual news breakers were doing their thing on Thursday, Joe Ingles' wife Renee was not going to be outwoged or outshammed when it came to her husband. Tweeting, sources very close to Joe confirmed that he has agreed to a one-year deal with the Milwaukee Bucks. CEO of the house is thrilled for Joe and their family. Joe himself is said to be, quote, very bucking happy. That from Renee Ingles.
Matt, I asked Renee to come on the show to answer the following questions. Where does KD end up? When does LaVine re-sign? And where does Ayton play next year?
We'd love to know the answers to those. Lots of folks weighing in on Kevin Durant. This was Dame from well before the announcement he wanted to trade. John Morant has his eyes on the easy money sniper as well. Paolo Banchero's barely in the league, and he's already got Kevin Durant playing alongside him.
Rookies have a lot to learn, Matt, and I think what Paolo Banchero will learn is that if Kevin Durant is in Orlando, he is not. That means Paolo Banchero is in Brooklyn as the key part of this trade.
Maybe that's all part of the plan.
It could be.
You never know. The kids, they learn quickly these days, right?
Absolutely.
We'll stay on top of it. Free agent fever again at noon Eastern time on Friday. For Ryan, I'm Matt. Stay tuned. We'll see you.